Hello friends, today I'll tell you about a fantasy comedy from 2013 called Premature. Rob Craig wakes up from a wonderful dream involving a beautiful girl. The dream leaves him so overwhelmed that when his mother walks into his room, she is shocked by what she sees.
Just throw the sheets in the laundry, hon.
Burning with embarrassment, Rob heads downstairs, hoping to escape to school without awkward conversations. But his father stops him. After losing the election for school president, his dad refuses to ignore his son's failures. Knowing Rob has a crucial college interview today, he gives him his old swimming headband, asking him to wear it for luck. On the way to school, Rob meets his eccentric friend Stanley, who rambles about his morning fantasies. Soon reality calls, and they head to class. At school, they run into Arthur, a nerd who writes lesson plans for teachers in exchange for money, and Gabrielle, Rob's close friend, with whom he discusses their favorite quiz show. This group isn't respected by the popular crowd, and the volleyball players prove it by humiliating Rob, spraying his pants with filth. It's a disaster. Stanley promises to find him clean clothes before the interview, but only manages to get shorts. Rob has no choice. Stink or wear them. To cheer him up, Stanley suggests Rob relax in the bathroom and think about the prettiest girl in school. Just then, Angela herself approaches, asking Rob to tutor her. Nervous, he declines, claiming he's too busy, and hands her a study card instead. Stanley can't believe his friend turned down the most popular girl. But Rob doesn't want to cancel his plans with Gabrielle or miss their quiz show. In literature class, everyone listens in awe to the passionate teacher, while Rob buries himself in his book, preparing for the interview. He's called out mid-lesson. Gabrielle walks him to the vice principal's office, chatting about the latest quiz show. The vice principal greets Rob warmly, pretending not to notice his odd shorts. He takes Rob's notes, on which Stanley had doodled something obscene, and tosses them in the trash, urging Rob to just be himself. Rob begins talking about his parents graduating from Georgetown, but this triggers the vice principal's grief over his late wife. Every question makes him cry harder. Rob even gives him his father's headband to wipe his tears, but nothing helps. The interview is ruined. Leaving disappointed, Rob meets Angela in the hallway and changes his mind. He agrees to tutor her, hoping it will lift his spirits. He lies to Gabrielle, saying he's simply not in the mood for their quiz show. After school, Rob and Stanley visit a pharmacy to prepare for his meeting with Angela. Overconfident, Rob buys 3 oversized packs of protection. At Angela's house, he's greeted by a strange guest, but nothing dampens his anticipation. Angela wastes no time. She invites him to sit on her bed, pours wine, and mentions her parents are away. When Rob hesitates, she takes the lead. But suddenly, Rob wakes up in his own bed, exactly as before. The awkward talk with his father, the old headband, his mother's outrage over the sheets, the walk to school, it all repeats. Even Stanley's silly story and Arthur's and Gabrielle's lines are identical. Rob realizes he's reliving the same day. The dirty pants, the shorts, Angela's request. It all happens again. He thinks it's just deja vu, but he can't use it to his advantage. The interview fails once more because of the vice principal's tears. Rob goes to the nurse's office for help, but seeing how they treat other students, he decides to handle things himself. He returns to the pharmacy, forgetting to warn Gabrielle that their meeting is canceled. Again, Angela's advances send him back to his bed, where his mother catches him. Day after day, the cycle repeats. Exhausted, Rob sneaks into the bedroom of Lisa, an older student Stanley spends time with. When he explains his problem, Stanley insists it's all about hormones and Rob's lingering virginity. He suggests Rob solve it quickly, maybe even with Lisa. The next morning begins from that moment, but nothing changes. Rob realizes the final moments are what trigger the reset. He tests his theory using an adult website, and it proves correct. His nerves fray. When athletes spray him with water guns again, he smashes one against the wall and flees. Cornered, Rob drops his pants in front of them, forcing another reset. This time, he skips the talk with his father and changes his conversations with friends to add variety to his Groundhog Day. He even rides a mini scooter to school. Instead of attending class or the interview, Rob joins Gabrielle on the school bus, where they share a cigarette. The friends reminisce about meeting back in 3rd grade. Looking at Gabrielle, Rob feels guilty. He's chosen dates with Angela over watching their favorite quiz show together too many times. Deciding to make the most of his bizarre situation, Rob fulfills a long-time dream, sneaking into the teacher's restroom. Afterwards, he rides Gabrielle around the school, eating donuts. Unconcerned about the interview, he fails yet again. Passing an open classroom, Rob remembers another item on his bucket list. He enters literature class to test whether the teacher truly has a big soul, surprising her and his classmates. Emboldened, he dons a hoodie and confronts Sally, the athlete who bullied him since 4th grade. But he goes too far. Sally slams him against the wall with a forbidden strike. Dragged to the principal's office, Rob learns he faces serious consequences. Police and his parents are on their way. He asks to use the restroom, but the principal refuses. Rob solves the problem right there, triggering another reset. This time, he uses mayonnaise to assist, shocking the principal when he notices. Chaos erupts, and Rob flees into the girls' locker room, trying to reset again. But after Sally's blow, not everything works properly. Stanley tries to help, only making things worse. Luckily, another hit from Sally resets the day. Exhausted, Rob loses interest in fun. He wanders the school apathetically, ignoring Stanley's attempts to cheer him. At the interview, Rob no longer tries to please the vice principal. He realizes he doesn't want college or Angela. It's all what others expect, not what he desires. Nothing excites him anymore. Instead of Angela's invitation, Rob goes to Gabrielle and confesses everything, hoping she'll believe him. She's skeptical but tries to help, taking him to Arthur's house. But Arthur's grandmother attacks them, shouting strange words. Rob later learns it was a curse, though he has no idea how to break it. Rob convinces his friends he's telling the truth. Stanley suggests the day will repeat until Rob fixes his mistake. Rob begins tackling issues one by one. He tells Angela he'll come over, acting more confident. But he realizes she never liked him. She only wanted help with homework. Leaving her house, Rob meets his father, who knows about the failed interview. His dad urges him to wear the headband and takes him back to the vice principal. This time, the vice principal controls his emotions and conducts the interview properly. He asks why Rob himself wants Georgetown, not why his parents do. Rob admits he doesn't know. He's never thought about it, because all he thinks about is Gabrielle. After a drink, Rob's father decides to help. Together, they go to Gabrielle's house. Rob climbs through her window and confesses nothing happened with Angela. Gabrielle doesn't care. She asks him to leave. When he refuses, she strips off her jacket and moves toward his belt, trying to reset him back to his bedroom. At that moment, her father enters. Rob bravely declares his love for Gabrielle right in front of him. Later, Gabrielle convinces Rob to stay. They finally share an intimate moment. It's awkward, but for the first time, Rob doesn't vanish. After releasing his emotions, he remains in Gabrielle's bed. The curse is broken. And that's how this quirky film ends, friends. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more recaps.